Well, 6:16 now. Betsy, you were giving us a little side tip when we were talking about Matt heading out tomorrow, saying might be a little rough sailing.
Yeah, so there's a front coming through. It's going to change the wind direction. Anytime you have the wind coming across the full length of the lake, it's going to be choppy. So he knows. He's already prepared for it, believe me. But we were chatting about that earlier, and the thunderstorm chances too. All that comes together to help to knock down the heat. We made it to 93 degrees today at Hopkins. That's 10 degrees above average, and believe it or not, it's only 4 degrees off of the record high on this date that was set in 1936. Now, how does that compare to other places? Well, I know this is a little hard to see because it's kind of tone on tone here, but made it to 91 in Elyria, 90 in Worcester, 89 for Dover, Akron, Canton, 91 at Akron Fulton Airport. We made it to 89 in Willoughby, 86 downtown Cleveland, and you can kind of see that the cooler temperatures are close to the lakeshore, but we really did not get an appreciable lake breeze today. The lake breeze has been held just offshore. That shows you just how much heat we have coming northbound, and that heat will help to push all that back out. So downtown areas, lakeshore areas will actually see temperatures coming up a few degrees as we go through the rest of the evening, but all of us will only get back into the 70s for the start of the day tomorrow. It is the heat, and there is some humidity to go along with it. We aren't quite into the disgusting humidity category. I know it doesn't feel that way, but believe it or not, our dew points are still just in the 60s. Once we get to the 70s, that's when we kick it into high gear as far as the humidity goes. On the radar, we do have a couple blips that are showing up, especially to the west of Bowling Green at this point. A little bit of lightning activity there, but the rest of us are dealing with mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. We do have a frontal boundary that's dropping in, and you can see these little scattered showers and storms that are popping up in all this heat and humidity. Typically, you have to have 3 ingredients to get thunderstorms to fire. You need heat, you need humidity, and you need a trigger. If we have a lot of heat and we have a lot of humidity, you won't always get thunderstorms. Matter of fact, very few, if any at all. But we can have the trigger in the form of a cold front. Lake Erie's lake breeze can also act as a cold front or as a trigger sometimes. So we do have thunderstorm chances that are coming, even though the temperatures down the pike are getting even warmer. Here's the upper level system that's associated with a frontal boundary that's dropping in. This is going to bring us some cooler air, and it's also going to help to hold this potential tropical cyclone 2 in place over areas down around New Orleans, Louisiana, Mississippi. They have so much rain coming their way over the next 4 to 5 days. This is going to be a major national story in the days to come. Our forecast hour by hour still goes with partly cloudy skies. Those few blips on the radar may hang out with us, but mostly I think we'll be staying dry. Morning temperatures expected to be in the 70s, so it'll be a warm and humid morning. And we do have that cold front that gets into town, so pop-up shower and storm chances will be with us at about any point during the day tomorrow. So we haven't had to worry about umbrellas over the last few days. Tomorrow, I think you better have it handy. And note how those winds come around to the west and then eventually the northwest. That's when we get that chop that's out on the water. But that's also going to bring us some more refreshing air. You can see by Friday, our dew points start to drop back, and that's where they stay as we get into the weekend. This is some great news. This weekend just looks fantastic. And here's your Universal Windows Direct forecast to show you. 86 tomorrow with low 80s on Friday, and then we're going to hold here in the low to mid 80s for Saturday with sunshine. Next week, though, you can see what happens. Temperatures start to take off. I think we will have a streak of days in the upper 80s and 90s through all of next week.
Some of those triggers, too.
94. Wow, getting up there.
It's happening.
All right. Thank you, Betsy.